What's up, guys? Martin here, back with another Keegan and Martin's High Talks. Today it's just going to be me sharing with you guys the story of the first time I ever smoked dabs. This is going to be the first story time on the High Talks channel ever. Keegan is up north right now, but I'm going to be sharing with you a story of when him and his friend, we'll call him Steve, they were both down here, south, at this business that we own. They were visiting from up north, where they are now and where they live together. So, this story took place this most recent summer for when I'm uploading this video, and all three of us were hanging out at this hot spring resort that we own with a lot of hippies and a lot of cabins in it. So we were all chilling this one morning. This was the end of this most recent summer when Steve was down here for the end of the summer, the last week. Though Keegan was down here for a couple of months. They were visiting, and we were in his cabin hanging out. It was this morning. It was the first morning that Steve was there. It was like 9 a.m. and we ended up getting a text from Jake. We'll call him for this video. Who lived in town, as this business was like 30 minutes away from town. So Jake was Keegan's longtime friend and my friend for a couple years. So Steve had never met him. And so he hit us up and asked us if he wanted to hang out, or if we wanted to hang out for today, because he could hang out in town and give us a ride back if we could get a ride there. And obviously, we wanted to buy some bud off this guy and smoke up with him. And he said he'd introduce us to his new friend. We'll call him John, who is like 19. So we thought he could, get into some shenanigans and we could get baked, so which we did. But I'll get into that later. So where was I? We were getting a ride into town was the issue, but Keegan's dad, who owned this business, ended up texting us and asking us if we needed a ride. It was like perfect timing without us even having to ask. So he gave us a ride in, and we met at this like creek. There was like a path above a creek, and so we ended up meeting up with Jake, and he said John was serving someone with some bud, and he was gonna be coming through in like 20 minutes. So we were just hanging out, just like catching up, introducing him to Steve, and Jake ended up finding or spotting a rooster in the creek below, and he went and saved it as it was stuck. And so we just had a rooster chilling on the path with us for the entire smoke cess. So when John came through, there was an old hippie lady. So it wasn't just hippies at our business; it was hippies at this town that we lived by as well. Excuse me. Let's take a hydration break, everyone. Comment what bevs y'all on. I'm sipping on some lemonade for real. So everyone in this town was hippie as well, as that's kind of how my area is. And so she just walked by as John came down and threw Jake a bag of bud, and just the hippie lady made eye contact with it, but she was more concerned with the rooster that we had, and she was just intrigued, as that's the first thing John said too when he just pulled up to the session. There's a rooster hanging with us, so we ended up. He pulled out the dabs and the dab rig, and we ended up like just catching up with him, introducing ourselves, you know, learning more about this guy John as he was older, and he was pretty chill and he was pretty wise, and he was a cool dude to be around. And so he was just packing us up a dab, and we each took some fat dabs. It was me and Steve's first time, and as for the experience for my first time, it was pretty awesome. We were just in a nice social environment that made it really nice, but I definitely felt just like chilled out, zoned out, just time kind of went by fast, but it was just really fun. And it was a really enjoyable social experience. I definitely want to do dabs again. So as for Steve, he was kind of just acting dumb, but I probably was too. I was very baked. We all were, and it was just very fun, a very nice experience. And the funny thing is, at the end of it, while we were just trying to chill out, so he could maybe drive back, Jake, we got a text that Keegan's grandparents could give us a ride, so they ended up giving us a ride. And Steve was still high, even though I'd come down, and he was acting a fool at a sushi restaurant that we went to in town before we went back to the business with Keegan's grandparents. As well, we also skipped youth to go to the sushi place. We only went into town. Our excuse to go into town that we gave Damien, or gave, sorry, that's another friend of mine, that we gave Keegan's dad. Um, we gave him that excuse. That was our excuse to go into town, and we ended up just skipping youth because we were high and we wanted to eat sushi. And so we just pulled the finesse, had a great night, and just wanted to share that experience as we got some bud as well. Just had a great night. And just thanks guys for tuning in. Just wanted to share that experience with y'all. Many more story times will be coming soon. Thank you for listening. I'm a little baked, so I apologize if it was a little choppy, but this will only get better, but we're gonna keep it raw, the real shit. I'm not gonna, do 5 takes. We're just gonna do take one. I may be baked, I may be talking crazy, but that's the nature of this channel. That's what makes this channel beautiful. So thank you for tuning in, guys. These will get better, but I hope you enjoyed the first story time ever on this channel. High talks, and stay stoned. Have a good one, guys. Love you. Peace.